Hello, everyone. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be in the first cohort of faculty in the UNCF Teaching and Learning Fellowship Faculty Program. I do thank you for this opportunity. The course I chose to revise was the HMS 350 Food Service Systems Management Hybrid course. This course, I used many resources. I learned how to use many resources to increase student engagement. In addition to several of the other elements that I've used in the past, I definitely learned how to use infographics, a very creative way to increase engagement. And the way I am going to be using infographics is not only as a teaching tool, but also as a tool for my students to use in creating their assignments, to make their assignments way more interesting. I will ask them to create infographics, and I will also create infographics and use in my course delivery. Another one that I love, I got really familiar with, and I have started using and will continue to use, is the Padlet. And this is another interactive and engaging tool where the students will go live during the class and answer questions that are, and their answers and the work that they're actually doing is projected on the screen, so everyone can work collaboratively on Padlet. They can see what their colleagues are saying. They can comment on their colleagues' posting and vice versa. I really love the Padlet. And I will continue to use Flipgrid, another one that I love dearly to my heart, where my students can record themselves in various places, different times, and it's authentic, it's original. There's no way they can plagiarize a Flipgrid video because it's them recording themselves with their thoughts and their opinions and their suggestions and all of that. So Flipgrid I love. I will also continue to use Screencast-O-Matic. YouTube will be used as well, particularly when I'm introducing my new modules for the week or my new learning or my expectations for the week. And TikTok, I love TikTok, and I will use TikTok. I will create TikTok for my classes, and my students will also create TikTok in their for their assignments. So I like the idea of using all these multimedia. And a lot of these I learned how to develop, create, and improve in this program. How to make courses or my courses more culturally relevant and industry focused. Well, it's a food service class. And so, yes, there are many ways I can increase cultural relevance in my courses or in this course specifically. For example, when I'm talking about menus and themes, I will give students opportunity to plan and design their own menus that reflects their personal cultures or familiar cultures. I will not say, for example, you must create a 3-course meal that is based with a European theme. I'll say if the learning objective is to create a 3-course meal, to learn how to create a 3-course meal, I am not going to be very specific about where that kind of meal or the influence of that meal should come from. I will allow my students to make that decision based on their cultural preference. Visual appeal, I enjoy using images, videos, and other media into my courses, as I mentioned earlier. So again, making it more culturally relevant, I will include the images that are reflective of the population in my class. So my class includes African-American students, Asian students, any other cultures. I will make sure that my videos and my images and so forth are reflective of the students that are in my class. And I will personalize that learning experience using current examples. For example, we just went through hurricane. I will make sure to use elements of those in my teaching and also in the learning. So current examples that will evoke the students' feeling, their expressions, being empathetic, all of that, making their learning experience more personal to them, how it impacts them and their environment as it relates to food services. I could look at restaurants. How were restaurants impacted during the hurricane season? And the pandemic is another good example, using the pandemic situation and how that influenced and impacted and changed the trajectory of the food service industry as it relates to what we're learning in this course. So in a nutshell, I'm going to use a variety of course material, as I mentioned earlier, and ensure that everything, or as much as I can, whatever I use is culturally relevant and current and relevant. I will try to gamify the learning experience as much as possible. I think like a student, I also often picture myself sitting in the classroom, how I would feel to watch my instructor or listen to my instructor, and when what turns me off, what turns me on, kind of a thing. I like to be engaged. I know learning spans are very limited these days. Our minds are just so busy. So I have to find ways to keep those students engaged. So I'm going to ensure that I always try to think like them, know what they're doing, what's current, what do they like, and try to make sure that the material that I'm presenting is captivating and it's at their level of expectations in terms of relevance, in terms of presentation, in terms of engagement. So I want to ensure that I make the package that I put together, whether it's online or face-to-face, or as in this case, it's a hybrid course. We'll spend a lot of time online. So I want to ensure that they are listening, they're participating, and they're not just there or they just attended because there is a requirement. At the end of my class, my students must be, oh my God, I can't wait to go back to Dr. Smith's class. If I am not getting that, then I've not accomplished, I've not achieved my plans. So yes. Enforce critical thinking and communication skills. This is very much necessary for the industry. Students must learn how to communicate, how to present themselves, how to present their ideas, and communication skills, not just verbally, but also the way it's written. And nowadays we are doing so much virtually, communicating virtually so much. So we have to ensure that those areas are also enforced. And I also learned that speaking with my industry mentor, it's important that I create opportunities for students to increase and improve their communication skills. For example, it could be doing a presentation, it could be writing a menu, and being also critical of the menu when writing menus, observing other menus and being able to identify what's wrong with the way that menu is written. Areas of growth for me, media development. I always want to ensure that I am ahead of my students when it comes to technology. I want to learn how to animate my lessons some more, because I am the kind of person that I enjoy creativity, and I want to ensure that I develop my creativity some more as much as I possibly can to ensure that my classes are very engaging and interactive. So thank you so much. It has been a pleasure again. And I thank all my instructors. I thank my mentors. I thank the UNCF team, all the lovely people that made this program a very fulfilling experience. And I wish my colleagues that are going to join later on that they will have a similar experience that I did. Thank you.